this is a little different. So I woke up, I wanted to do some no money spent, but between the servers and the auction house still not working, I just couldn't be bothered. So we're gonna be doing a fantasy rebuild. Now, if you guys don't know how this works, it's essentially if like the NBA started over. All the current NBA players, they go into a draft pool and yeah, you do a fantasy draft. Now, I actually want to start doing more rebuilds, especially when 2K20 drops, because I feel it's like a lot more real. You know, my team, like it's fun, but it's kind of like, you know, arcade-ish. Whereas I feel like with my league, like if I do rebuilds, I can talk like, you know, more real basketball with you guys. And then of course, I gotta give a shout out to King of the Fourth Quarter. He be doing his thing with these. He knows how much I appreciate him. Tough choice number one. What team do we want to pick? I kind of want to go with like somebody different, you know, a team that hasn't won in a while. I think I'm going to go with the Magic. We'll see if we can make something happen. Now, I have no idea what pick we're going to end up with here. We know we don't have a top pick. Giannis went 1, Harden went 2. That's pretty interesting. Right now in the comments, if you guys had the #1 pick today, who are you picking? I think that's always interesting. Okay, so it looks like we got pick number 10. Embiid just went number 9. There's a lot of good players available. Paul George, Kyrie Irving, Lillard, Karl Anthony Towns, Westbrook, Gobert, John Wall, Ben Simmons. I think doing Damian Lillard would be a lot of fun. You know, I think a lot of us kind of like fell in love with him after this year's playoffs. I just don't think I could pass up on Paul George because not only does he bring the offense, he brings the defense. I love players that even if they're, you know, struggling offensively, they still bring something to the table defensively. That's why I like Kawhi Leonard so much. I like this right here. PG-13 at 10. So it looks like Kyrie went 11, Towns went 12, and there goes Lillard at 13. So that's pretty much what I was expecting. Now this next pick in the second round, since the rounds flip, if you get the first pick in the first round, you get the last pick in the second round. So we got about pick number 20 right here. It looks like there's a lot of point guards available, a lot of veteran players. A part of me wants to pick Jamal Murray. I might be rating him too high. I don't know. He impressed me in the playoffs. The thing is, that would be a lot of shots between him and Paul George. I'm kind of leaning towards De'Aaron Fox. I'll give you a few reasons why I like De'Aaron Fox. I want a point guard that's kind of more pass first. He's only 20 years old, which means he's on a cheap contract. And he's already showed so much improvement between his rookie year. I want to say he shot like under 30% from 3 as a rookie. He was up to like 38% this year. That shows me he's willing to work. And like Paul George, he's good on both sides of the court. We got an early pick in round number 3. Again, a bunch of veteran players. I'm kind of feeling a big man. I want somebody that can run like the pick and roll and pick and pop with De'Aaron. I'm not seeing a lot for power forwards. Let's see what we got at center. Whiteside, he's only got a year left on his contract. DeAndre Jordan, Marc Gasol, Valanciunas, Miles Turner. I kind of like this right here. He's only 22 years old. He's still on like his rookie contract. But the thing is, he did sign an extension, so we would have him for 5 years, $75 million. Just like De'Aaron Fox, he's somebody that plays on both sides of the court. Like he improved his 3-point shot as well. And he's a super good defender. I want to say he averaged like close to 3 blocks a game this season. Those are 3 players that play super good on both ends of the court. And the thing I like about Miles Turner and De'Aaron Fox, they don't need a bunch of shots. Round number 4, Gordon Hayward is still here. As much as I'm a fanboy, I don't think we can pick him with that contract. That is another thing I'm looking at. If this team does do bad, I want to make sure we have some salary cap in the offseason. This might be a little bit of a reach. We're going to play him at power forward. That is Bobby Portis. He's only got 1 year left on his deal, so if it doesn't work out, we'll just get rid of him. And once he got traded to the Wizards this year and played more of like a stretch position, he shot about 40% from 3. I like this pick, and plus he's another one. He's only 23 years old. I was thinking about going with a 6-man. I think I know who I want. We're going to go Danny Green to finish the starting lineup. Now, he may not be the best player available, but he is a 3-and-D player. He's got 1 year left on his contract, and he knows how to win. I know that doesn't translate over to 2K, you know, especially when you're simming it, but I'm trying to build this like a real draft. I want players that have been there before. I'm saying it right now. We should have the best defensive team in the league, 100%. Who do we want for a bench player? Reggie Jackson is by far the best player available overall wise, but we don't want that contract, not one bit. Patrick Beverley, that is a good one right there. That might actually be our pick. Tim Hardaway Jr. I would like him as someone that like just comes off the bench and chucks for us, but not for 2 years. Patrick Beverley is our 6th man. I like it. 7th round, we're gonna go with Iggy. I'm not a fan of the contract, but we've done a super good job of like avoiding bad contracts up to this point. Now, it is only for 2 years, so if it doesn't work out this first year, we can probably trade him pretty easily because then it will be an expiring contract. But like Danny Green, he's someone that knows how to win. I'm looking for someone that can like provide a spark off the bench. I'm kind of feeling Jamal Crawford. I know he's 38 years old, but the only thing I want out of him is to just provide scoring off the bench. Backup center, pretty much just want rebounding. I kind of like Gortat on a 1-year deal. Yo, Trevor Ariza is still available. I think the Rockets missed him a ton this year. We only got a few picks left. We're going to go with Boban. I know he's a fan favorite. We're going to go Kyle Korver, you know, give us a veteran shooter off the bench. And then for the final pick, we're going with Quincy Pondexter, and the reason for this, he has a husky named Buckets, and I've always thought that was super cool. I actually like this team a lot. I feel like the only thing we're missing is maybe like another like ISO player. We're looking good. We should have the #1 defense, and then if we don't have a good season, we can just pretty much let everyone go. We'll still have like our main core of De'Aaron Fox, Miles Turner, and Paul George, but we should have like 40 million in cap space, so we can actually offer somebody else a max contract. I just got done simming to the trade deadline. We're actually under 500. I am a little bit surprised by this. We're currently not in the playoffs. We're right now sitting at about 10. If we were in the Western Conference, we'd be in the playoffs. It looks like the East is just stacked. Our team looks really balanced. Paul George is averaging 20 points, 7 rebounds, 4.5 assists. Bobby Portis is averaging 16 and 9. Look at Miles Turner, 15, 9, and then about 3 blocks a game. De'Aaron Fox, 15 points, about 7 assists, 2 steals. Beverly's coming off the bench, doing just about everything for us. Danny Green, about 10 points a game. Jamal Crawford, 8. He's actually shooting pretty well. Gortat, that's pretty much what we wanted out of him. Iggy is definitely struggling. I'm actually going to sim it the rest of the way. I'm feeling confident. I think we're going to make a run and get in the playoffs. And then, like I said, you know, if things don't go well, we're still going to have our main core and we're going to have a ton of salary cap. Oh, this is going to be close. We are 39 and 39. We're now a game over 500, 2 games over 500. We lose to the Celtics. That one hurts. And we beat the Hornets. So we finished 42 and 40. Anthony Davis. Wow, look at those numbers. Yeah, he definitely deserved MVP. Bobby Portis won Most Improved. 16 points and 9 rebounds. Let's see what seed we are. We didn't make the playoffs. Wow, you know what did it? The Celtics were the 8th seed, and they beat us in like the second to final game of the season. I'm not even worried. We're about to be sitting pretty. We're going to have a lottery pick and enough space for a max contract. The Nets were just the best team the entire year. They end up winning it in 7. Kawhi Leonard got finals MVP because of course he did. Time for the lottery. We get number 14. I really wasn't expecting anything else. Before we do anything, I'm looking for a first round pick. We got one from the Golden State Warriors. It is lottery protected, but this is perfect. I just want to dump Iggy and get no salary back. I am ready. It is time for the NBA draft. I don't know what I did, but I accidentally simmed it. RJ Barrett went #1. Zion went 2. Hunter 3. Grant Williams went 4. Ja somehow went 5. I don't know how that happens. Reddish went 6. Garland went 10. White 11. Culver 12. I'm feeling PJ Washington. He's somebody that improved a ton in college. Once again, one of those guys that their 3-point percentage went up a bunch after 1 year. And if we do end up losing Bobby Portis in the offseason, I think he's a really good fill-in. My man's got a 7'4" wingspan. That is insane. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm a little bit nervous right now. Moment of truth. Who is a free agent? It looks like Kevin Durant is available. Kyrie, Porzingis, Vucevic, Jimmy Butler is there, Kemba Walker, Klay Thompson. That might be our guy right there. D'Angelo Russell, Cousins, Tobias Harris, Randall, DeAndre Jordan, Middleton. Pretty much everybody left. Let me break this down. Kevin Durant, I think there's too much competition. Kyrie, just no. Porzingis, I like him, but he's restricted. We don't need a center, so Vucevic is not on my list. Jimmy Butler, he could be a good fit. Kemba Walker, we don't need a point guard. Klay Thompson, I got excited probably the most when I saw him. I think he's our guy. I'm going to offer Klay max, And we're also going to give him a player option and a no trade clause just to kind of spice things up a bit. Now, the thing is, with us making this deal, if he does accept it, not only do we lose Bobby Portis and everybody else, we're going to have like no cap space. I'm about to advance to day number 2. Klay Thompson has agreed. Tell me this didn't work out perfectly. We're about to have De'Aaron Fox, Klay Thompson, Paul George, not Bobby Portis at power forward. We're going to have to get rid of him. And then Miles Turner at center. Now, we're going to have a little bit of a struggle filling out the rest of the roster since we don't have any cap space. The rest of the guys we pick up are going to have to be like for the veteran minimum. But I don't care. We just got Klay Thompson. And you got to remember, we're still going to have Patrick Beverley, Danny Green, guys like that coming off the bench. Bear with me for a second. I may have actually just messed this up. So I didn't actually realize like how long I've been recording for, and everything like automatically stopped. We're currently at the deadline of the next season, and I actually just made a trade. We end up giving up Patrick Beverley, as much as I didn't want to, for George Hill and Saric. I apologize if I said that name wrong. Now, just like real life, it seems like everybody wants to trade him. Now, this works out perfectly for us. We get a starting power forward. We get a veteran off the bench in George Hill. And it worked out for the team we traded with because they desperately needed a point guard. Patrick Beverley is going to start for them. Now, before the trade, we are 24-18. We're actually right there. We're 4 games back behind the Bucks. We are currently the #1 defensive team in the league, which isn't a surprise. I think after this trade, we're going to be even better. I am going to sim things the rest of the way, and then I'll make sure to like show you guys all the stats at the end. That's 4 out of 5 wins right there. That's actually 5 wins in a row. I wanted to win 50 games. We actually just eclipsed it. We're at 51-27. Make it 52. We should definitely be the 1 seed in the East. Gotta beat the Celtics. We can never beat them. James Harden gets MVP, 36 points per game. Dennis Smith Jr. got most improved, and Steve Clifford won Coach of the Year. That is good for us because that probably means we had the best record in the NBA. Paul George, 23 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals. My man's out there doing everything. Klay Thompson is doing his thing. De'Aaron Fox. It looks like Saric is actually doing pretty well for us. Boban, 8 points a game and 5 rebounds. PJ Washington looked like he had a good rookie season. From not making the playoffs to the #1 seed, the Pacers got Conley, Bazemore, Covington, Draymond Green, Jokic. This is actually a good team, especially for an 8 seed. I feel like we should win, but I wouldn't doubt if they make it close. We are going to take game #1. Will we take home court to start? We're going up 2-zip. I thought for sure they were going to take 1. We're actually going up 3-0. There's no way we're about to sweep these guys. Okay, they're going to win 1 right there, but now we're going back to Orlando. We end up beating the Pacers in 5. I'm actually a little bit surprised by that. Taking on the #5 seed Hawks. They got Rozier, Oladipo, TJ Warren, Zion Williamson, Vucevic. They got Jarrett Culver too. If we beat the Pacers, we should be able to beat these guys. We're going up 1-0. Game #2, let's see what we can do here. They're actually going to tie it up. Going up 2-1. That's a big one. We are about to make it 3-1. We needed that right there. Come on, just close it out. All right, we win in 5 games again. In the conference finals, we're taking on a 7 seed. They got Trae Young and Luka, Julius Randle, DeAndre Jordan, but they don't have a lot of experience. They actually take game #1. Okay, maybe I should stop talking. We're going to take game #2. We needed that one right there. They're going to take game 3. Wow. I did not see this coming. We're going to tie it up in game #4. Game 5, most important one. We end up winning it. I don't want this to go 7. I'm just saying. I wasn't prepared for this to go 7. I thought we were going to have them beat by now. Game #6. We're going to the finals. We're going to be taking on the #1 seed from the West. They got Kyrie, Buddy Hield, Josh Richardson, Jabari Parker, Valanciunas. They got Bam coming off the bench. Mitchell Robinson, Jay Crowder. Okay, so they got a little bit of defense coming off the bench, but as far as their starting lineup, I feel like we should be scoring a lot. We're going to take game #1. We scored 111 points. Game 2, we scored 124. That's pretty much what I'm expecting. Game #3, okay, we scored 82 and just got crushed. They're going to tie it at 2 apiece. Game #5, we win it. That was a big one right there. Game 6, close it out. We won the finals. Yo, that is what I'm talking about right there. Paul George wins finals MVP. Can't say I'm surprised because I felt like the team we put together was extremely good. Now, I feel like fantasy draft rebuilds are definitely easier than, regular rebuilds. but these are a lot more fun. And if you guys do enjoy this rebuild and want to see more going forward, 5,000 likes, I'll make it happen. In fact, if there's any other rebuilding challenges you guys want to see, leave it in the comments down below. That is gonna do it though. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate all the support lately, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace out.